oriented programming. I think very few people will be getting a distinguish between, like, I think maybe they are knowing about the object oriented design and object oriented programming. And if they know, then they have to be know like what is the difference between them. So as like I can say, OOD stand for the object oriented design, and while OOP stand for the object oriented programming. So these terms are closely related but refer to slightly different aspects of the software development. So in the object oriented design, what we do, it is like methodology used in software engineering to design and plan the structure and relationship of software component, and it focuses on creating a clear and well organized system architecture by modeling the real world entities and their interaction using the object classes and relationship. So the goal of this OOD is to create a blueprint for the software system before the actual coding design begins. I can say, if you are aware about the solid principle, so that is also comes in the object oriented design. If you know about the dry run steps, that is also comes in the object oriented design. Okay, and while we having a object oriented design, some key concept we can keep in the mind while we are designing with the help of OOD principle. So first we have like classes and object. So it is like defining a classes as a blueprint for the object and creating the instance of those classes. Second, we have a abstraction. It is like representing a real world entity as a classes and abstracting away unnecessary details. And next we have a encapsulation. Encapsulation means bundling data or method that operate on data into a single unit class and controlling access to that through the access modifier. And after that we have a inheritance. It is like creating a new classes. I can say it is like parent child type of relationship, creating a new classes based on the existing classes to inherit their attribute and their method. This promote code reuses, I can say. And after that, last one is polymorphism. It means like more than one form. And for this ability for object of different classes to be treated as an object of common parent classes, allowing flexibility and extensibility in handling the different types of object. I can say, if you know about the method overloading, method overriding, static or dynamic binding, early binding or late binding, so this all the comes under the polymorphism. Next, we have a object-oriented programming, and as a name suggests, it is a programming. So it is the actual implementation of the concept definer object-oriented design, and it involves the writing code using the programming language that support object-oriented principle, such as like encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. Object-oriented programming is a, like I can say, programming paradigm that help manage complexity and create a modular, maintainable, and scalable software. So while we are designing a function with the help of object-oriented programming skills, we have to include like classes and object, as I already mentioned in the object oriented design. Similarly, we have this component here also, classes and object, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and overriding and overloading is a comes under the polymorphism. So it is like I can say overriding method in subclasses to provide the specialization behavior, and overloading method to provide the multiple method with the different parameter list. So I can say in the summary, object oriented design is like about the creating a structure plan for the software system, while object oriented programming is about the writing code that follow the principle and concept outline in the design. So both concepts are integral to modern software development and help create the modular, maintainable, and scalable application. So sometimes most of the people, they are getting confused, like it's similar sound, only difference between the programming and design we can connect. It is not with the same, I can say they have a difference. I can say real time in a scenario, like we have a car, and when we are driving, it is like follow the object oriented programming, and when we are overtaking, it is like concerned the object oriented design. It is like real time scenario. I'm giving the best suited example for this scenario. So in this way, our object oriented programming and object oriented design concept is working in the software development field. Hope you got some insightful information from this video. Thank you.